We start tonight with shock and heartbreak in New Orleans after a truck plowed through a crowded street early this morning. Police say at least 10 people are dead, dozens more are hurt, and some of those people are in critical condition. The driver of the truck was then killed in a shootout with officers. The FBI says they're investigating it as an act of terrorism and say they don't think the man acted alone. Ivan Rodriguez has the very latest, but we do want to warn you, some of this video is hard to watch.
An earth cam in the French Quarter captured the moment overnight when officers raced toward an unspeakable act of violence that left witnesses stunned.
There were just bodies and the screams. I mean, you can't think about, unhear that.
Investigators say a rented Ford pickup plowed through revelers, leaving several people dead or injured on Canal and Bourbon streets.
The disfigurement and the bodies strewn, something you can't unsee, you'll never forget.
The FBI says the attack appears to be an intentional act of terror.
After hitting the crowd, he exited the vehicle and fired upon local law enforcement. Law enforcement returned fire and the subject was pronounced deceased at the scene.
The FBI confirms that the deceased suspect had an ISIS flag at the time of the attack.
The subject has been identified as 42-year-old Samsud Dim Jabbar, a U.S.-born citizen from Texas.
The FBI confirmed that improvised explosive devices were also found at the scene. Questions swirl around how he accessed busy streets on New Year's Eve in the first place.
These metal bollards literally come up from the ground to prevent a vehicle from gaining enough speed to cause the kind of mass damage that we saw this morning.
Those barricades were not up, period.
We are committed, no doubt, to uncovering all details surrounding this tragedy.
In New Orleans, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
New Orleans officials said those mechanical barricades that they were talking about had been installed around Bourbon Street and were not functioning at the time. They were being repaired. They said other barriers were in place instead. However, the truck drove on the sidewalk to avoid them. The Sugar Bowl football game that was set to be played at the nearby Superdome has been postponed to tomorrow. We'll be following this developing story throughout the night. You can catch the very latest right here at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. There will also be constant updates at KARE11.com.